Hey folks, welcome to the Mediocre Cover Band Guitar Guy. Poison. I remember in the 90s we had to play that song quite a bit, and then we had to play it again when Rock of Ages came out. And it was all popular again. It was really funny. Not that I hate the song, it's not like a wagon wheelish sort of thing. That's it, I guess. But anyway, I am the Mediocre One, and welcome back. So I know I did a video of me playing some Weezer earlier, so I'm sorry to be hitting you with two videos tonight. But I got a message from a guy who subscribed to my channel back in the early days when I went under my actual real name. And this person liked my Facebook channel. Yes, I had a Facebook page. Yes, I have a Facebook page. And also sent me a friend request on my personal Facebook account. And we became Facebook friends. We didn't become like friends or friendly. There wasn't like a whole lot of... I liked his stuff, like videos of his band. He liked videos that I put up of my band, that sort of thing. And went that way, you know, just Facebook friendly, I guess. But he sent me a message the other day and was really upset because he'd taken some advice from this channel, and he only put it into play in 2023, where they decided him and his band were going to treat their band like a business. Because in one of my first videos I said, if you're going to do a covers band, you almost need to treat it like a business, in the sense that you need to keep relationships going. It's easy to get a gig, you know, or like they say about salesmen, it's easy to get a sale, but it's harder to keep a customer. And you need to keep your relationships open. You need to be cordial with people, organizers of like private events, festivals, and things like that. You might get a festival one year, and you might not get it the year after, but you might get it again down the road, you know what I mean? Sometimes festivals like to shake it up a little bit, that sort of thing. So they took that advice this year, and they lost two gigs that they looked forward to every year. One was a private event. They asked for a little bit more money and were turned down. And a festival that they used to do. And this was really shocking to me, because the festival, they played for 2 hours and they got $50 a man. And his explanation of it was, well, if we were working and we were getting $25 an hour, we'd be happy. A little bit of a weird kind of way to look at it, but it's also kind of true-ish. But when you're playing a festival, and according to him, this festival has been happening now in Ontario for about 25 years, and it's a big festival. There's a lot of people through the gates. So he did this festival every year for the last 7 or 8 years. They got their $50 a man, so $200, because it's a 4-piece band, because I've seen his videos, for 2 hours. And I'm thinking to myself, the last time I did a festival for 2 hours, I got like $1,500. My band, not me personally, Jesus, no. But the band got $1,500, 4-piece band. We got accommodations in a really cool hotel for the night, and we got a dressing room. We got all kinds of free drinks. We got to go out and enjoy the band that played after us. It was 2 bands on the whole festival. And like, those are perks, okay? So here's the thing, man. If you're playing a festival that's blocked and has thousands of people, and I know festivals have overhead like everybody else. You got to pay vendors, you got to pay licensing, insurances, you got to pay people to work on the gates, on the doors, security. You got to keep the beer tent going. You got to clean the place up when you're done. There's like, you know, a whole lot of overhead. Plus, the person organizing the event, the promoter, wants money as well. So they're not going to give all the money to the bands, and I understand that. But dude, if they've got a gate and people are paying to get in there, and this is typically like a couple thousand people, you're getting ripped off anyway. And you need, the whole idea of treat your band like a business is you need to know your worth. So you need to know how much you want. You also can't overshoot the runway, okay? And I don't feel like you guys were overshooting any runways in that instance, where you're asking for $100 a man for 2 hours to play a huge festival that draws 2,000 people, okay? Now, I've also said sometimes you got to take one on the chin, gig-wise as well, if it's going to put you in front of a lot of people. That was in that same video. And it could be good to get you in front of a lot of people in their peripheral, so when they're hiring bands for something, to go, hey, we've seen this band here, we should hire them, or whatever. And that's worked for us in the past, in the band that I play in currently. That's worked, you know, wonders. And if it's going to put you in front of people, and there's the opportunity to get bigger and bigger and better gigs after, it's okay once in a while to say, okay, well, we took that one on the chin. It's no good to take something on the chin if it has no effect whatsoever on your bookings. If it's not going to increase your work, then it's a waste of time. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're saying to me that I feel like it's your fault that I sunk your band. Okay, if you lost 2 gigs in the run of a year because you asked for an extra $100, an extra $200, that's not my fault. Okay, if you're content playing Alice in Chains covers in a bowling alley, that's totally up to you. I'm not about playing for a couple bucks an hour anymore. That's why I got out of playing original music and original bands right now. Because here in Newfoundland, for just to let everybody know that's tuning in here in Canada, Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada, sorry. Our bars are open till 3 a.m., some even later. Band does not usually step off the stage till 3 a.m. in the morning. So when I was playing original music and you were doing a set with 3 other bands, you might have the 1:45 to 3 a.m. set. So at the time, I was running a small trucking company and I was really, really busy. So Friday night when I got off work, I really did not want to go, because I didn't get off work probably. I didn't get parked and get home till 8 o'clock at night. I didn't want to grab a shower, run downtown, and hang out at the bar until 3 in the morning watching bands that I typically didn't enjoy. And I'm sorry to say that, but like, I'm not a big fan of really screamish, hardcore metal. That's not my thing. If you can do it, God love you. Holy shit, like, without ripping your throat out and shit. Like, and don't get me wrong, the players in these bands, like the guitar players and drummers and shit, like their stamina and their ability at such young ages is phenomenal. I'm not knocking it, okay? But it wasn't where I was at, especially starting to turn into the cranky old man. So I would get down to the club. If we were going on 1:45, I'd be home all night. I would get to the bar to play our gig, probably at 1:45. Maybe an hour before the gig to get in, get settled away, grab a beer, and wait to go on stage. And most times when I left that gig at about 3:15 in the morning to drive back home, 30 minutes to my house, I walked away, just spent $5.25 on a beer, on a pint. So I was out money because a lot of the time I didn't get paid. So I eventually said to myself, I'd like to get paid and have some fun for once. So that's why I joined a covers band. We don't do everything, and as you can tell when you watch me play stuff, we don't do everything perfect. We kind of put our own spin on a lot of stuff. We don't deviate too far from it, but people seem to enjoy it, and that's the main thing. So that's what I mean by running a band as a business. Keep the relationships alive. After a while, it's not going to happen overnight, but after a while, you'll suss out the good gigs, the good paying gigs, and you'll build up a better reputation as being just a bargain basement band, or like one fuckwad said about a lot of bands that used to play at tolls, the economic choice, okay? You don't want to ever be known as that. And you want to be known as somebody who has a reputation filled with respect and get the good gigs. So that's it. Like I said, I'm sorry if you lost 2 gigs. We lost a couple this year too, mainly because the place is closed down. But you know, it's like I also said in that video, sometimes you're going to hear no more than you hear yes, okay? And you got to have that skin to do so. Because it's disappointing, I know. But anyway, chin up and steer the course, stay in your lane, and eventually things will work out. But once you establish yourself in the beginning as being just a basic bar beater, undercutter, willing to play for a pound of wings and 2 beers, that's where you're going to stay. So I guess just know your worth. All right. Anyway, sorry for the rant, guys. I really am. I know this video is probably not going to see a lot of attention, but that's it. All right.